What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bofino1, bringing you guys in another YouTube video. And today I want to talk about the expectations of gamers and are we beginning to expect too much from games? Obviously, we're in 2019, so certain things such as having gameplay be up to a certain quality and having consistent 30 to 60 frames per second without dropping is understandable. But sometimes I do believe there is a thing such as nitpicking to the max. Partially, it is due to having so much access, meaning there's an overflow of games being released, so any little thing people dislike about a game, they just push it right down to the ground. For example, there are games that literally get released every single day, which is partially the reason why many gamers have a hard time appreciating each game for what it is, because it's like, hey, I can play this one game, I hate it, it sucks, I'll downvote it, talk trash about it, and I'll just move on to the next one because I have a plethora of other options to choose from. I mean, you have game review companies that will describe a single player game as it's too lonely. You know, you think about that, like, what kind of mess is that? It's a single player game. What would you expect? For example, look at Mass Effect 2. We would complain about the DLC or a game or another game, A Way Out. You know, that game had a great story, but people complained that the story was too short. And that's another big issue with a lot of story games is that, you know, it's like, well, what do you expect? It's a story-based game. A lot of times you're not going to have games like The Witcher where they're going to be hundreds of hours long. Most story-based games you're going to be able to beat within 10 to maybe 30 hours. So it's like, what do you expect? It's not going to be like an online game. At the same time, we love games such as Overwatch or COD because we feel that we can get our money's worth, but then we complain that the game is too repetitive and it gets boring after a while because you do the same thing over and over and over. I understand the problem with DLC games like Destiny that literally are begging for more and more cash for you to get further in the game. It's basically like a level block. You know, they say, oh, you know, you don't have to buy it, but you basically need to buy that DLC in order to progress further in the game. And if you don't have it, well, it just ends up becoming a very stressful situation. But as a gaming community, we do need to sit back and really try and appreciate games more for what they are. And just because one thing did not sit well or you didn't like it, should not just kill the whole game for you. Look at it this way. If you can pay money for the same game that you played 10 years ago with the same story, everything, only thing that's different about that game is just they've, you know, revamped it. So meaning that it has better graphics, you can be a little bit less critical of other games in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Spin Army.